Hello, this is Aubrey Bursch with Easy School Marketing. I am excited that you're here with me today. So we're going to talk about how to use internal marketing for retention. Now, I often talk with marketing professionals and heads of school nationwide, and when they think about marketing, they're like, yes, we need to enroll more students. That's the marketing we need. And yes, enrolling more students is always a good thing to think about, but one of the most overlooked parts of marketing is internal marketing to keep your own families, keep those families you love. Now, you might be wondering, well, why internal marketing? Well, if you think about it, so much time and energy goes into attracting new students. Think about all those open houses, tours, finding the right mission appropriate students, all of that. And then the onboarding of those new families and students. It's a lot. And retention and retaining all those families you love, it's actually costs a fraction of that in time, energy, and everything. So why, I ask schools, are we not more focused on retention? I mean, we have an admissions director, but we don't normally have a retention director. So let's talk about some key strategies to help you internally market for retention. Number one is market to your students. Now, I talk with so many schools about this because it's often something that we're not actively thinking about and planning for. But if you think about it this way, when we're doing attrition studies for schools, especially starting at 5th grade, but certainly middle school and high school, like those students are making their own educational decisions. Yes, in partnership with their parents, but if a student is dead set on something, they're going to sway it, right? And so when we're doing these attrition studies, we're finding that out. But this is especially true with small schools. Let's say like all the 8th grade class has all toured different schools. This is a K through 12 school. The 8th grade class has toured different schools. They're talking amongst themselves. The students are like, oh, I'm going to go to this school down the street. Or did you hear about the cool athletics program over here? And what that does is if a student was planning to stay, but now they're talking with all their friends and they're saying, oh, some people are leaving and that sounds like it's way better over there, they're potentially going to sway out of your school. And it's because students are influenced by other students. So we need to internally market to these students about the why to stay to the next level, why to stay to the end. You can do it in many ways, but some successful things we've seen is to have student ambassadors from different levels come down and either partner with or share experiences with the lower levels. Also, we've seen that it's really helpful to get students involved in the planning process for the next level or the next grade, wherever your transition period is that you're trying to get students to stay for. So for example, if you want your 8th graders to be excited for high school, like what can you do starting in 7th grade to help them map out what that 9th grade experience is going to be? Is there going to be a really cool trip that they plan that's like a memorable highlight of transitioning into 9th grade? Like think about that. Like how can you get them involved and invested in what's going to happen at the next level? I know a few schools who are actually coming up with individualized plans, like they're meeting with their 7th graders before they go to high school and they're saying, hey, this is the track you could go on. Isn't this cool? All the different things, let me introduce you if this is a school with athletics program. Oh, you're interested in football. Why don't you go, meet the football coach and stuff like that. So they're really trying to work with students early on before they get to that key decision point so that students want to stay. So internally marketing to your students is absolutely necessary now and certainly moving into the future. Number two is to educate and get them excited. So this is not only for students, it's for parents too. A key mistake I see is that schools wait until after contracts have gone out before they start educating about the next level or getting people excited about the next grade. So it's like they don't really do visits up to the classrooms or anything before contracts are sent. They usually just wait till spring. But I'm saying, hey, if we're trying to get them educated and get them excited, we want to do that before contracts go out, right? So a couple of things that we've seen work are hosting info sessions in January for parents to learn about the next grade or the next level, sending out educational newsletters that highlight the next level. It might highlight some key traditions, maybe meet the teachers or something like that. And that goes to, so it would be about 4th grade, it would go to 3rd graders, 5th grade would go to 4th graders, you know what I'm saying. So you're educating them and getting them excited before like they're officially in. Also, we've seen schools send welcome letters to students in February where it's like got confetti in it. It's like, welcome Sam to third grade, and just gets them really excited. Also, you could set up tours for parents to internally tour the next grade or observe in the next grade, or maybe meet with the teachers in the next grade as well, like a coffee and conversation. Anything you can do to educate and also get them excited, both parents and students, just really think about that and plan for it as part of your retention strategies. Number 3 is show the value, okay? So obviously, people are gonna stay if they see the value. But if they don't see the value, they're going to doubt their decision and they may not stay. So it is really important for you to, and this is where we see a lot of challenges, to you to continually showcase the value, what's happening in the classroom, what's happening with that individual student, that family's child, right? So a lot of times I'll ask, how are your teachers communicating with your parents? Are they showcasing like the videos and photos of the classroom? Are they explaining the different lessons that are going on and telling about the benefits, not only now, but in the future for what they're doing now with the children? And what I usually hear from a head of school is, well, yeah, the 4th grade does it well and, 6th grade, but not everyone else does it well. And that inconsistency is going to create a huge problem for your school, because everyone should be consistently and really thoroughly communicating that on an ongoing basis so that parents have an idea of what's happening in the classroom and why it's valuable. The other key piece is the child's experience. So parents now, more than ever, really want to know about their child's experience. They want to know that the money that they're investing is actually worth it. And so they want to know, how is my child doing socially, emotionally, academically? And we can't rely on just report cards or official parent conferences. We're going to have to go a bit more into like bi-weekly emails from teachers, just little touch points of like, hey, Johnny was working on this, he's doing great. We've seen some schools adopt informal conferences where it's just a quick meeting with a teacher before or after school so that the parents and the teachers get to know one another and so they can resolve any issues before they become huge challenges in the future. So it's really making sure that we sharing the individual child experience with the family in a consistent basis that doesn't have too many wide paths of time in between. It has to be consistent and frequently. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know, what are you doing to internally market to your families? I'd love to hear. Email me at aubrey@easyschoolmarketing.com.